Hey guys, this video is for our kindergarten and first grade leaders for February week 4. So our theme for the whole month has been rewind. Kindness deserves a replay. And this month we talked about we should be kind to others because God is kind to you. And then how we should be kind to our family and friends. And last week we talked about being kind to people who are overlooked. And this week our story is from the book of Matthew, and our bottom line is be kind to people who aren't kind to you. So our life app for the month is kindness, showing others they are valuable by how you treat them. And our memory verse for the month is do to others as you want them to do to you. Super important memory verse, the golden rule. And you're going to have memory verse challenge cards for your kids to pass out this week. So make sure they get those and just remind them if they complete the challenge and they have their verse memorized by next Sunday and they bring it back, they can go to the cafe and they can get a free donut with their memory verse challenge card. Very exciting. So let's take a look at our activities for this week. Just make sure that you get here at 8:30 and 10:30 to just take a few minutes to just pray for your small group. We know that kids are going to always have kids who are unkind to them and people who are unkind to them in their life. So just pray that kids today can learn to have the strength to be kind, even when people aren't kind to them. When kids start to roll in at 8:40 and 10:40, they'll just join your circle, play with toys, ask about their week, make sure you know everybody's name, help any first-time guests feel really welcomed and comfortable. And then just, you're going to ask these little icebreaker questions. So can they name any villains that are in any TV shows and movies that they watch? Can they say the villain from Dora the Explorer or Frozen or Cars 3? And you could say, well, how do you know they're the bad guy? What kind of bad things do they do? And how do the other characters respond to them? Just getting them thinking about people who are unkind. And then for your first activity at 9 and 11, you'll just need, all these things are going to be paper clipped together. They're opposite pages, and they'll be in your folder. And you're going to give each kid one of these little opposite cards. And you just want to make sure that as you pass them out, that you're passing out the match to someone else. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 of these cards. So if you only have 10 kids in the room, just make sure that you don't give one kid light and then not give another kid somewhere dark. Just make sure that you have the matches evenly spread. And if you have an odd number of kids, just have one of the volunteers, have one of the small group leaders participate. So you'll gather the kids up in a circle and make sure that each kid knows what their page says. They all have pictures on them, so they should probably figure it out. They should probably be able to figure it out, but just help them. And then they're going to scatter around, and then you're going to say, okay, now you guys have to match. And they have to find their opposite and just link arms. And then you can gather up the papers, mix them up, hand them out again, and then just keep playing. So you'll close before you head to small group by saying, so guys, the opposite of short is tall, and the opposite of hot is cold. But we could also say that the opposite of hot is not hot, right? Or the opposite of tall is not tall. So we've been learning about being kind, but this week we're going to learn about the opposite, which would be being unkind or being not kind. So we're going to go down to large group and find out more. So then take your kids down to large group, make sure that you're sitting with them and worshiping with them as they hear the story for this week. And then when you get back, you're going to do a game called Balloon Scenarios. So on your cart, you're going to have 8 balloons. They're going to be numbered 1 through 8. And you're going to have kids stand around your space. And you're going to toss out the balloons one by one and tell kids they're just going to play a little balloon volleyball. Try to keep them off the ground. Just tell kids to kind of bat them around really easily. Give them about 30 seconds to do that. And then say, catch. And everybody catches a balloon that's close to them. Some kids might not. Just say, it's okay, you'll get a turn to catch one next time. And have them take a seat. And then say, okay, who has number 1? And they'll stand up and you're going to read them the question that's on the next page. And have them come up with one way to be kind to that person. And then just repeat with the other numbers. And then you can play again. Make sure that the people who didn't get a balloon the first time, if you have more than 8 kids in your group, get a balloon the second time. So then here's the little 8 scenarios that they could say how they could be kind. So a bigger kid at school elbowed you in the face at lunchtime and they didn't say they're sorry. How could you be kind back? So they're going to have to think about them. Some of those are a little tricky. And you'll close by saying, guys, sometimes people aren't kind to us, and that's just the way that life works. I mean, sometimes we're not kind to other people, right? But we should be kind to others, even when they're not nice to us. God wants us to be kind to people who aren't kind to you. And then maybe if you think about it, make it personal. Tell kids a story about a time when someone wasn't kind to you, but you made the choice to be kind back to them. Then for your memory verse activity, you have this coloring page, and it's just their memory verse on the coloring page, and all they're going to do is they're just going to color it in. See if anybody can say the verse without looking at it, and then just give them time to decorate it. And you'll close just by saying, so guys, let's say our verse together one more time. And this might also be a good time to pass out their memory verse challenge cards to take home. So it's such a great rule to live by. It makes life better for us and for other people. And it can also be a reminder to be kind to people who aren't kind to you. So I want you guys to take these verse frames home, take your challenge cards home, and put them somewhere where you'll see them, like on your fridge every day, so you can remember to treat everyone with kindness. As soon as you pray, you don't need anything. Just gather kids up in a circle and just have them silently pray for somebody who hasn't been kind to them. I guarantee you they've all got a kid in their class that they know that isn't always nice. So have them think of that person and pray for that person. And then just remind kids that if someone keeps being unkind to them, they probably shouldn't spend time with that person. They should just make sure not to be unkind back. And then you can just close with this little prayer below, or your own prayer. And as adults come, make sure you point out their memory verse challenge card and tell them that if they bring it back completed and they know their memory verse next Sunday, then they get a free donut. So that's it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for serving. You all are seriously just the most incredible leaders. I'm so thankful to be on a team with you. I'm so thankful that our kids get these amazing small group leaders to just pour into their lives every week. So thank you for all that you do and for serving, and I'll see you guys on Sunday.